Hello students, in the previous class we have seen the postulates of the molecular orbital theory based on LCAO theory. So what we can say, LCAO theory is nothing but what here, linear combination of atomic orbital. Okay, based on linear combination of atomic orbital, so we are going to write the molecular orbital theory postulates, means how it is forming the molecular orbital. Okay, so based upon this we are going to write the molecular orbital theory function. So linear combination of atomic molecular orbital is nothing but here, if you combine atomic orbitals which is having same energy and symmetry, will give molecular orbital theory. So means what here, molecular orbitals with energy lower than atomic orbitals, that one we call it as bonding molecular orbitals, while which is having higher energy than atomic orbital, that one we call it as anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, so these are not involved in combination, that one we call, which will not involved in combination, that one we call it as non-bonding molecular orbitals. So now coming to here, so let us see what is first of all linear combination of atomic orbital. So linear combination of atomic orbital is nothing but atomic orbitals with similar energy and symmetry can combine to give molecular orbital. Okay, so which will give same energy and symmetry, will give over here molecular orbital. If you take an example of H2 molecule, diatomic molecules. Okay, so this one you call it as what, diatomic molecule. Why? Because H2 we are having. So this is a diatomic molecule, or we can say homonuclear diatomic molecule. Homonuclear diatomic molecule we are going to say. So here we are having only one electron. H, what is the atomic number of H? 1 electron. So how many molecules we are taking here? 2 molecules. That's why we call it as what here? Two atoms we are going to say, that is, it is representing a diatomic molecule. So it will represent, so these atoms will represent what here? Xi A. This one Xi, we say Xi A and Psi B. Okay, so here the molecular orbital according to linear combination, how we are going to write here is, so the molecular orbital Xi MO is equals to Psi A plus or minus Psi B. So it may have what here, Psi A plus Psi B or Psi A minus Psi B. It is going to have like this. So what I have told you definition, atomic orbital with similar energy, these two having same energy and symmetry will combine to give what here, molecular orbital. So if you have been taken consisting of H2 molecule, one H will be the, here one H will be Psi A, another H will be Psi B. So when you combine, it may give plus or minus, it may give positive or negative molecular orbital theorem. So this one you call it as what, Psi A plus. So generally these two molecular orbitals, sigma and sigma star, we represented as two molecular orbitals sigma and sigma star are formed as, so what here, sigma equals to Psi A plus Psi B, sigma star equals to Psi A minus Psi B. Okay, so here the molecular orbital where sigma formed by the, means what here, if sigma equals to Psi A plus Psi B, that one we call it as what here, bonding molecular orbital. If it is forming minus, that one we call it as anti-bonding. So this one we call it as what here, anti-bonding This one we call it as bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, so here when the molecular orbitals is formed, so we have understood in constructive or destructive interference also, which we have studied. Constructive means for the waves which is traveling in the same phase, we call it as constructive interference. Destructive means the waves which are traveling in the different phase, we call it as destructive interference. Okay, so means what, by combining atoms we are going to have both constructive destructive interference pattern we are going to have. Okay, so the two electron waves will reinforce, means what, here will be in the same manner due to constructive, while the in bonding what happens, they will be in the constructive manner. In anti-bonding what happens, they will be in the destructive manner, so they will cancel with each other. So by this what we can say here, the bonding molecular orbital is between the nuclei of the bonded atom. Why it is having only bonded atoms, it is forming bonding molecular orbitals, is because here due to the repulsion between the nuclei is very less compared to anti-bonding. So what we can say here, the repulsion between, so in bonding the repulsion is less compared to anti-bonding in nuclei, we can say. Okay, so means what we can say here, most of the will be means in the space only there is a nodal pair which is having electron density 0 between the nuclei and repulsion. So here whenever the bonding molecular orbital will be having always lower energy than atomic orbital, it will be combined and it will form a molecular orbital. Okay, so that's why what we can say here, we are having an energy that is increased energy. So here energy we are taking. So here if you take psi a, 1 electron, so it is forming what, so this is the thing it is forming. So this is what here, psi b. So here sigma means what, here psi a plus psi b. So both if you have to add, so here 2 electrons you are getting. So sigma star means what, here psi a minus psi b. Okay, so this one we call it as what, means here this one we call it as atomic orbital. This is also atomic orbital. So when you combine of both these only, we are going to get here molecular orbital. Okay, so H2, 2 electrons only there, so that's why we have written 2 electrons. So this one we call it as bonding orbital, and this one we call it as anti-bonding orbital. So means what, here we can say here the bonding orbital, anti-bonding orbital, if atomic orbital which is having lower energy than, means bonding orbital lower energy than that of atomic orbital, we call it as what, here bonding. What we can say here, molecular orbital with lower energy than atomic orbital, we call it as what, here bonding orbitals. Is known as bonding molecular orbital. Okay, if suppose molecular orbital with higher energy than atomic orbital, is known as what, is known as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so means what here? Non-bonding, lone pair of electrons which are not involved in combination, that one we call it as what? Non-bonding electrons. So which are not involved in combination, we call it as what here? Non-bonding orbitals. Okay, so this one we call it as what here? Molecular orbitals. So this one will be represented as like this. We are going to write. So then the order how we are going to have here, then the order will be. So the order of energy will be, we are having energy of molecular orbital is here bonding, non-bonding, antibonding. Antibonding molecular orbital we are having. So the bonding orbitals are designated as sigma and pi. Antibonding molecular orbitals are designated as sigma star and pi star. How we will be writing here? Bonding what we are having? For bonding we are going to have sigma and pi. Okay. For antibonding we are represented as it is going to have sigma star and pi star you are going to have. Okay, so this is about bonding and antibonding. So there will be some conditions to combine atomic orbitals also. So the combining atomic orbital must have the same or nearly the same energy. If you combine 1s orbital, can combine with another 1s orbital, but not with the 2s orbital. So means what here? It should have same energy and also same atomic orbitals also. And second condition, what you can say, the combining atomic orbitals must have the same symmetry according to molecular axis. For example, if you have been taken 2px, that should be have 2px only. Another atom also. If you are having 2py, that one will have the atom 2py only. Okay, and also the combining atomic orbital must overlap to maximum. How much overlapping? How much greater the overlapping, that much molecular orbital will be going to form. So these are the conditions. What are the conditions to form the atomic orbitals? We can say here. So what are those conditions? First condition, what is the first condition? The combining atomic orbitals must have the same energy and also same symmetry, we can say. Okay, so and also what should have? The combining orbitals should have must have greater overlapping between the molecules, we can say. Okay, so this is about. So sigma bonds, for what it will be forming? Sigma and pi bonds will be forming for here. Sigma, for what it is going to form? Sigma, when atomic orbitals of two different atoms overlapping. So along the internuclear axis, what we can say, the molecular is sigma bonding orbitals, that one we call it as sigma bond. So here we are having sigma s2s, sigma p2p. So those are the things we are going to have. Different types of orbitals we are going to have. So what we can write, what we can say here, when atomic orbitals of two different atoms overlap along the internuclear axis. So here what we are getting, that one, the resulting atomic orbital, what we can say, the resulting atomic orbital is a sigma bond, sigma bonding orbitals. The bond is known as what here? The bond is known as sigma bond. Okay, so means what here, when two atomic orbit, if you take two different atoms, will overlap with internuclear axis like x, y, z axis. Okay, so that one we call it a, whatever atomic orbital we are getting, that one we call it as what here? Sigma. So the sigma bonding orbitals is known as what here? Sigma bond. So now let us see here, for example, so here let us take a orbitals here, 1s atom, orbital of 1s atom, orbital of 2s atom, second atom, I mean first atom. So this is the first atom we are taking. So this is the second atom. Overlapping of two atoms. Overlapping two atoms we are taking here. Here we are taking what here? Bonding orbitals we are taking. Okay. So now let us see each of these. So now what we can say here? Here this one we are taking here minus charge. Here also either plus you can take or minus charge. So one orbital I am combining. So it is forming like this. Overlapping of two orbitals, it is going to take place like this. So it is forming a bonding orbital like this. Okay. So if you take another 1p orbital, 1s orbital, this is the first atom I am taking. So which will be having minus, plus. So here I am taking only plus I am taking. So how it is going to overlap? So this is going to overlap like this. Minus plus plus. So what is it is forming? So it is forming like this only. So here it is forming 3. Okay. So means what here? Here plus charge, here negative, negative it may have. So in the same way, if you take two p orbitals, minus plus minus plus, sorry. So this is one orbital, this is one orbital. By overlapping you are going to get minus plus minus plus. So it is giving minus minus, inside plus plus we are going to have. Like this, on the same thing it is going to happen. If you take here minus, if you take positive charge, what happens? So these all are for positive charge we are getting. If you take negative charge, my plus plus, if you take here plus plus, it is forming two orbitals like this. So here plus charge, here plus charge, it is going to overlap. So it is giving like this. If you take here plus minus this side, here minus charge if you take, so it is forming like this, it is forming. So it will form the bond as like this. Okay. So if you take again plus minus, it is going to form like this. So it is forming. So like this it is going to form. So these are bonding orbitals which is forming like this. Okay. So these two, how much greater the overlapping, that much greater will be the bonding we are going to have. So based upon this we are going to have. And also we are having pi orbital overlapping also. Pi means what we can say? So pi means we are going to take psi 1. So these all are happening in the end on end overlapping. So if you take pi bond, what happens? It will give like this overlapping. So this is the overlapping, it will form So this is the thing it is going to form. Okay, so here how sigma bond basing upon the internuclear axiom. Pi bond is sideway overlapping. Sigma bond how it is going to form. So what we can say by this, what we can say here, sigma bond is formed due to sideway overlapping. Sorry, end on end overlapping we can say. Why? Because it is forming like this only. Now this is end on end overlapping, whereas pi bond is formed about here. Pi bond is formed due to sideway overlapping. Okay, so this one we call it as what here, sigma bond and pi bond. So for sigma molecular orbitals, for sigma the molecular orbitals are very large and phi the molecular orbitals is very small. So sigma orbitals, what we can say, sigma orbitals are strong bonds we can say. It require more energy to break. Coming to pi bond, we can say it is a weak bonds. And also sigma orbital rotation about it is symmetrical, it is unsymmetrical. So what we can say here, this one is symmetrical, so this one is unsymmetrical, which will be not in same direction. That one we call it as that one. So here you will be having according to this, means if suppose this can be written as bonding orbitals can be written as what here, bonding can be represented as, so bonding can be represented as NB, anti-bonding can be written as Na. Okay, if suppose NB is greater than Na, this one we call it as stable. If NB is less than Na, that one we call it as unstable. Okay, so if the bonding is stronger, it will be stable. If bonding is not stronger, it is unstable. So by this we can define bond order also. So bond order is nothing but what means one half the difference between, okay, one half the difference between the number of electrons present in bonding and anti-bonding orbitals, we call it as bond order. So by this what we can represent, bond order is equals to half into NB minus Na. That's why we say it is NB is greater than Na, that one is a stable molecule. If NB is less than Na, that one will be unstable, or we can say it is a zero molecule. Why? Because it will cancel and then NB equals to Na we are going to get. So by this, if you are having less than 14, we are going to less than 14 or 14, you are going to have electronic configuration is like this: sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, pi to px is equals to pi to pz to py, sigma to px, and pi star to px is equals to pi star to pz and sigma star to px. So this is the thing we are going to have for less than 14 or equals to 14. If there is a 14 atoms, we are going to have like this. So means what? Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. So these two will be equal, pi to px, pi to py, sigma to pz. If pi star to px and pi star to pz equal, then you will be having sigma star to pz. Okay. So and also if more than 14, means if more than 14, so more than 14, what will be the electronic configuration we are going to have here? Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, sigma 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py, sigma pi star 2px, pi star 2py, and sigma star 2pz. So this star indicates what here? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals. This sigma indicates what here? This sigma indicates bonding molecular orbitals. So this is nothing but about the molecular orbital linear combination atom. In the next class we can discuss about the examples of molecular orbital theorem, how we have to derive. Okay, thank you.